Breaking news from the world of Formula One, and it looks like Lewis Hamilton.
Lewis Hamilton.
It's Lewis Hamilton.
Lewis Hamilton.
Lewis Hamilton
Lewis Hamilton
Will leave Mercedes. Leaving Mercedes and joining Ferrari.
What's up guys, this is Racing Raid and welcome to another episode of our driver career mode, this time with Mercedes, as Lewis Hamilton does his sock move to Ferrari mid-season and Mercedes chose us for the seat because Kimi Antonelli has still not turned 18 years old, which means he can't drive for Mercedes for the rest of the year. So they needed a driver and we were the best candidate for it, as we have shown in Monaco that we were capable of winning a race. So this is going to be a new start for me with this car. This is a new car, this is a top team car, so the handling will be really different. And another thing is that Mercedes has given us a goal of 120 points in our first season. What is it, like 6 races to go, and they have said that if I don't collect 120 points they can't keep me, and if I do that there is still some chance of me losing that this seat from Mercedes. So our seat is not confirmed and I will give my best to keep this seat because I love Mercedes. As I cross the line in Zandvoort and I go 2 seconds faster than the rest of the grid and starting on pole. Oh my god, this we are starting P1, that is 2 seconds ahead of the rest of the field, which is just awesome. And I need this because Mercedes has given us that 120 points target, which is a lot for me as a rookie, because the previous points that I have gained, what was it, 67 points, those will not be considered in this. I will have to gain that 120 points within the next 6 races, including this race, so that will not be an easy job for me. This will mean that I will need to win at least 2 to 3 races this season and be on the podium for the rest of them, so this will not be easy for us. So let's just not talk anymore and go to the race. And from the strategy, I am happy to start on the hards, as I am on the front row and on pole position.
Please change the difficulty level in the options menu.
As we get some good advice from our race engineer, that is Bono, from now on, and it's lights out and away we go for the Netherlands Grand Prix. And Verstappen gets an electric start and he goes straight on for P1 and Perez follows him through and goes to P2. I will try to defend him, but no, that Red Bull has more power than this Mercedes obviously in the race pace. But I have chosen a bit of downforce, gone for the downforce, if you have seen in the strategy screen, which will help me in the slow speed corners. But we are under pressure from Norris and Perez. I have to overtake Perez and get P1 from Verstappen, which will not be easy, as I go from the inside of Perez and I get that P2. And now we go for Verstappen, as Verstappen is pulling out some of lead, but that heavy downforce setup for us is working really well, because this track, you know, is all about downforce. As I go on the outside at turn 2 and lap 2, turn 2, but Verstappen defends us because, you know, that is the Red Bull. It has such great balance through all the corners, and now he has pulled a little bit of gap, that is above 1 second, and which is more than enough to get me out of his DRS, which is not great, as I get the DRS by just a bit of margin from Verstappen, and I am closing it up to Verstappen. I will just set up the overtake here, and I will not overtake here because the next overtaking zone will come on the next straight, for which I am gonna prepare. I am gonna use my battery and my ERS and my DRS, that when I will get it, but through the inside I go, but Verstappen will defend me with his ERS obviously, because he doesn't have DRS. And we set the fastest lap of the Grand Prix, so it tells that we have the better pace than Verstappen, as we are side by side. We were side by side. There could have been contact, and again the outside on the same corner through turn 3. This is turn 3 and Verstappen is going ahead of me. I am getting side by side and Verstappen is constantly getting ahead of me by using his ERS, because that is the Red Bull. It should not have more power on the ERS, but it has more power on that Red Bull powertrain. As we come along to the next DRS straight of the lap, and you can see that this time I am much closer than I was on the last time, and I will choose to go on the outside of this corner, but I will just give him that position, the track position, so that I can overtake him on this straight. And I am very likely to overtake him on this straight because I will have DRS and ERS. He has used up his ERS in the entire lap to defend from me for the entire lap. As you can see, without even using ERS, I am catching it up to Verstappen, and I go for the lead, and I go wide, and Verstappen retakes the lead. He does the switcheroo and he goes for the lead again, as I have dropped down a few seconds from him, which means all of this work done from lap 1 to lap 4 gone in just a second like this. But no matter what, we are, oh my god, we get out of the track now. We go out of the track, and now we are a whole, what, 2 seconds, 3 seconds from now, and we are also under huge pressure from Perez. And Perez will not catch me because I have the hard tires and he is on the soft tires. His soft tires will fall off soon, but that mistake is gonna cost me the race win, I guess, because now Verstappen in clean air, he will just build some gap. But no, as we come on to lap 5, Verstappen has not got further away from me. I have catched him up because he was on the soft tires and I am on the hard tires, so this hard tires is going to give me more pace, and I go for the overtake on Verstappen. This time no mistake, and we take the lead of the Netherlands Grand Prix in Zandvoort in front of the home crowd of Verstappen. We overtake him as we go on to P1. So I have a now dilemma of should I keep the car within 1 second and like within catch of Verstappen, so that when he pits I can save my tires and I can go long and overcut him, or either I can push away from him, build a certain gap and then undercut him. But I thought that why undercut him, because the undercut never works here, because the pit lane is so short that the undercut won't work. If I do a little bit of mistake on my out lap, I will lose that advantage on the in lap that I will gain on the in lap as we go on board in the visor cam, and we hit Verstappen and he moved under braking.
Yeah, moved under braking. I didn't move the steering, mate.
Copy, mate. So that was Verstappen. He arrived out of control into that one.
No, mate, he moved under braking, and now I have to give the place back to Verstappen, who is in P4, so which means I am going to lose track position to Perez, Hamilton, and then I have to overtake Verstappen as he is so far behind. And that was not my mistake. He moved under braking. If you replay the footage there, he definitely moved under braking. I was on the inside and he just turned really optimistically, and we came together. So it's lap 7, so his tires are much worn than mine. I will overtake him, but the fact is I have lost so much time to Perez and Hamilton at the moment that they might go for the win and I might lose the win, as Verstappen re-overtakes us from that mistake that I did that corner. But even though that is the case, I will re-overtake Verstappen because he has, I guess, some damage, front wing damage or something like that. He is lacking a lot of downforce there, as Perez is 4 seconds away from me, which means I have to go and do a lot of work to get in DRS range or ERS range with them. And there is yellow flags as there is a virtual safety car. So will anyone pit on lap 8? For whom was that? There is a virtual safety car in the Zandvoort Grand Prix, and Netherlands Grand Prix, and for whom is that? We will see that. Oh, it is Magnussen. The Haas of Magnussen is out of the race as the VSC is ending, and Verstappen pits. Obviously has to pit. He tried to pit under the VSC and he did pit under VSC, so I guess half of the time under VSC he pit. But I have the hard tires. I have a lot of life in my hard tires. As you can see, I am catching up on the softer runners of Lewis Hamilton, whom we replaced with, and I go on the outside and we are side by side. I'm gonna use my ERS to get ahead of him. I'm just gonna give up on overtaking him because he has so much more ERS than me, because he has been in the ERS saving mode, not like me, like using ERS here and there to catch him. I had to catch him, so I do not have the ERS to overtake him. But a good exit from this corner might get into contention of me overtaking Lewis Hamilton here. But now Lewis Hamilton has a much better exit than me. I will go for the dive bomb and I go on the inside. I overtake him, but I am just willing to give him that much of time ahead of me so that I just get the DRS of him, and I get the DRS of him, and I am behind Perez. I don't he is definitely suffering from tire wear, but he uses his ERS to get ahead of me. I don't have much ERS to overtake him, so I will just take precautionary moves and not try to do the Verstappen on Perez. I am just gonna keep it clean, and I'm just gonna keep it cautious, and I will overtake him as I am on his back. I have a lot of tire life than him. I will overtake him, so there is no rush for me overtaking him. And if you see there, George Russell, he has started on the soft compound of tires, I guess. I don't remember, but you can see that Russell on the hard tires is P6, and he is just ahead of the man Lewis Hamilton replaced with, that is Carlos Sainz in that Williams. So you can see if a good driver is in that Williams seat, he can keep up with a lot of the top guys. As I go on the overtake on Verstappen, and again I am gonna give him the position at this corner because I want this DRS going on to the start finish straight of this race. And you can see from Perez we take the lead of the Netherlands Grand Prix from Perez without even using DRS. As I mean, without using ERS, I always have the DRS on the straight. And now there is again two situations for me: either I stick around, save my tires, or either I pit and undercut them. I'm gonna take the overcut option and stick around here. I will take my tire life off, as it is now lap 13 to 14, as many cars now pit. I guess Perez pits. Will Perez pit? Yes, Perez will pit. So now I guess I will do the overcut and try to go, do try a fastest lap of the Grand Prix for the next 2 laps, because I will try to overcut him because I have so much tire wear. My tires are just yellow now. It hasn't started to go orange, so which means I will have huge tire wear advantage than that. As George Russell, my teammate, is up to P3 on those hard compound of tires. So I mean, he is on a great strategy. That is my alternate strategy, that is soft to hards. I am going from hards to softs, and he is on softs to hards, which means the Mercedes pit crew has done a really great job executing his strategy. And yeah, so it is lap 15 now. I have pushed for 2 laps, and George Russell gets ahead of Lando Norris in this lap, as it is an 1-2 for me and Russell, and it's 1-2 for Mercedes, which is great. I will definitely try to help him and to get this team's 1-2 on our first race with this team in the debut race, with me winning it and Russell behind me. It will be a great show to show the Mercedes team pit crew and Mercedes boss that we are capable of this seat. As it is now lap 17, I have done a great stint on these hard tires. They were really feeling second hand now as I come into the pits for the soft tires, and it is only 10 laps to go on these soft tires. So I will see if this overcut works on Perez, as there are a lot of cars coming through, and we will see as we come out of the pit lane and Russell overtakes us, Verstappen overtakes us, Norris overtakes us, and we are ahead of Sergio Perez. And this has worked for our team, and this has worked for me, and I will have to just overtake these guys with a massive tire advantage and just hold off Verstappen so that he doesn't overtake Russell, and I can overtake Russell on the last lap of the Grand Prix to do the 1-2 for the team in our first debut race with Mercedes. As we overtake Norris on the lap, and I have so much tire wear advantage on him. He is on the rest of the whole grid is on old mediums rather than that kick Sauber of Joe and us in the top 3, as we see George Russell and Verstappen fight for the lead of the race. And this that fighting has caused me to has helped me to catch it up to Verstappen and just overtake Verstappen. You can see how slow he is after that fighting, and I will just get ahead of George Russell to just ensure that we are in a 1-2. And now I will defend him, Russell, defend Russell from Verstappen, and I will just allow Russell to go ahead of me. You can see he has so much tire wear on his hard tires, and if I just protect him here and I play the team game, this will just make us have that 1-2 with Mercedes in our race. And the only thing I will have to do is just hold off Russell for the rest of the race, which is like 10 laps from now on, I guess. No, it's 9 laps from now, including after this lap there will be 9 laps left in this race. You can see I am really not trying to overtake him and not trying to push him hard. I am just trying to annoy Verstappen and trying to make him do a mistake, and he just falls away from it. And it is now lap 20, and I am pretty confident now that after the gap I have built from Russell to Verstappen is now enough for him to overtake, for Verstappen to overtake Russell, as I have overtaken Russell for the lead of the race. And this might just be it for me. I must, with using these softwares, I should go away and fly away from this, but now Hamilton and Verstappen and Perez, all three of them are trying to catch it up to Russell. So no, I will have to play it safe here. I will give Russell the track positions for now. I will just allow Russell to pass me for now. Yes, I give it to him on lap 22. I give the place to Russell on lap 22, and I will just again hold up these guys, that is Perez. Verstappen is now down to P6, as it is Perez who I am fighting with for this first place, and the 1-2 of the team depends on Perez. Indirectly on Perez, because if Perez overtakes me like on the second last lap and I don't get that position back from Perez, it will be all over for the team, as Perez is really close to me, but I have the tire advantage, remember, from then Perez has on his medium tires, and I am just annoying him to let him do a mistake, and he just falls away, as it is lap 22, and I am still not confident that George Russell will make it, as I am doing a heavy lift and coast so that George Russell can stay ahead of us, and I still don't get a penalty for impeding Perez, as we end lap 23, and Perez overtakes us on this corner, which is pretty concerning, but we will get him straight away using a little bit of ERS. I have been saving this ERS for a long time now, as someone gets into the pits. Oh, it's the kick saber of Zhou Guanyu. I don't use my DRS because using DRS will give me so much overspeed that I had to overtake Russell. This is the second last lap, so just defending Russell from Perez for this last lap, and then a little bit of the second last lap, and I can overtake Russell on the last corner using that DRS straight. Using that DRS in the sector 2, and then I can defend from Russell in sector 3 towards that final straight, which is going to be the plan for the next few laps. As you can see, I'm really close to Russell. I can overtake him right away, but I am just keeping it really patient and just playing the team game and making it sure so that Perez does not catch it up to Russell. And now we are gonna go for the lead, but I'm still not confident that Russell will get the position. As you can see, I am doing a lot of lift and coast so that I don't even get a penalty for impeding, but I got to the first corner first, and Russell just behind me, and I can see that Russell has so much underspeed and Perez is catching him so fast, so I will just give him that position onto turn 3, and I will keep it ahead of Perez, as it is the last lap of the Grand Prix. If you haven't really noticed, it is the last lap of the Grand Prix. George Russell leads from us in P2, and I have the tire life too. I have the tires, and I really can overtake Russell on this straight, and I am going to do just that. I am going to overtake Russell at this last lap as we open our DRS, and DRS, you can see how much overspeed I have, and I literally fly past him. And we take the lead of the Netherlands Grand Prix on the last lap of this race as we go through the final corners, and we are getting impeded by Joe. Come on, move, Bottas. No, No.
Okay, I was really sorry about that, mate. Honestly, you had the pace today. But yeah, really sorry for ending up in this situation. But still, points today, and you really showed your strength.
Guys, I don't know what to say. I was taken away from us twice. Honestly, it's been a pleasure, and I've loved it. And honestly, I'm gutted. I'm absolutely gutted, but we'll give this opportunity again. I hope we get this opportunity again. Thank you.
Now, well done, mate. You really showed your mettle today. Really showed that. Good job.
James, notwithstanding the events today, well done. You drove a solid race. Every time you were set back, you fought through, and well done.
I'm sorry for that. It was a brilliant drive.
Thank you. Thank you.